What's going on, horror gang? Welcome to Shouting Six Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host Marcus. Please be sure to shoot that like button, subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about a recent Screen Rant interview by Jason Blum suggesting that this could be the end of Michael Myers, at least in the Blumhouse universe. Before I do that, let's hit that intro. I shouting 6 times. Alright gang, so let's get into it. So about a month and a half ago, I did a video talking about Will Michael Myers Die in Halloween Ends, based on some posters that I found on the internet. Come to find out, they obviously were not the official posters from the Halloween website. It was some fan-made posters that, a loyal subscriber had pointed that out. Nonetheless, it did make for some interesting conversation on this topic of Will Michael Myers Die in Halloween Ends. So, 6 days ago, Timothy McClelland released an article for Screen Rant from an exclusive interview with Blumhouse CEO Jason Blum, and it is titled, "Is Halloween Ends the Last Michael Myers Movie?" Blumhouse head responds. Exclusive. Blumhouse CEO and Halloween Ends producer Jason Blum discusses whether the sequel trilogy's next installment is Michael Myers' final movie. Blumhouse CEO and Halloween Ends producer Jason Blum discusses whether the final installment of the Halloween sequel trilogy will be the last appearance of Michael Myers. Director David Gordon Green brought life back in the Halloween franchise, starting with 2018's Halloween, which served as a direct sequel to John Carpenter's original 1978 classic, ignoring all previous sequels. Green's Halloween saw the return of Jamie Lee Curtis to the role of Laurie Strode, having spent her life anticipating the return of the masked murderer Michael Myers. Halloween Kills followed in 2021, picking up the same night as the events in Halloween's 2018's Halloween. Kills saw Laurie sidelined in the hospital, recovering from her wounds, as the town rose up against Michael Myers and continued his killing spree in Haddonfield. Green's Halloween films have been hits at the box office and with audience. With his final installment, Halloween Ends, slated to hit theaters on October 14th, Halloween Ends is being touted as the franchise's final installment, bringing Laurie and Michael's story to a close. Given that the film sounds like a definitive end to the series, many have wondered if Michael Myers would return for another movie, or if the character's time was done. In an exclusive interview with Screen Rant, Blum opened up about Myers' future following Halloween Ends. He clarifies that Halloween Ends is the last film that Blumhouse has the rights to produce. And while Blum ensures audiences will be very happy with their trilogy-ending climax, the rights will revert to Malik Akkad, leaving the future of Michael Myers out of his control, Blum said. Exclusive. I didn't say it's going to be the last Halloween movie. It's our last Halloween movie. We have no more rights to make any more Halloween. So it goes back to Malik Akkad and what he does. Only he knows, but we are done. This is our last one, and I think people will be happy. Okay, gang, so let's get into it. With that said, I think we have to start to wonder, you guys, is Michael Myers going to die in Blumhouse's universe in the end of Halloween Ends? I know a lot of us fans out there are saying, God, no, this cannot happen. Michael Myers is the franchise. You cannot kill him off, etc. But guys, listen. The point of the situation is this is Jason Blum and Blumhouse's last installment that they have the rights to. Meaning that whatever Malik Akkad decides to do with Michael Myers is in his hands. He could decide to bring Michael Myers back with a whole new different, company, producer, and what have you. This is the end of Blumhouse's installments of Halloween. I mean, not the end of Michael Myers entirely, but we have to start to wonder, will the character die in this universe, in Blumhouse's universe? And I think that, in all honesty, guys, and I've said it before, if you want to get different and you want to get fresh, again, you kind of have to kill Michael Myers off. You do. I mean, we are so used to seeing him come back, come back, come back. And I think in terms of storyline freshness, it would make sense for them to kill him off in this universe. Especially, okay, let's go with the direction, right? As if Malika Akkad does want to make another Halloween movie, but not with Blumhouse. Well, where does that leave Alison Strode's character? That is a Blumhouse character. So, in my opinion, I doubt that the new company would want to bring that character in. They would probably want to go in their own direction. So, with that being said, if this is Blumhouse's last installment, I mean, I just feel like they're obviously not going to bring Michael Myers back. I feel like if they were going to do more Halloween films, that it would be centered around Alison Strode's character. And in my opinion, I think that's being too cliche, being too obvious. We would expect that if Michael Myers doesn't truly die in Halloween Ends, and Blumhouse picks up the rights again later on in the future for Malika Akkad, we would all but assume that Michael Myers would probably going after Alison Strode. Otherwise, we'd be missing a whole part of the storyline from the Blumhouse universe if they went in an entirely different direction, and it would almost not make sense as to why they decided to make it look like Michael Myers died in Halloween Ends in the first place. So, with that being said, guys, I'm really starting to inch toward the fact that we may see Michael Myers die in this movie in Halloween Ends, much like, in all honesty, we saw him die at the end of Halloween 2, but then, as we know, eventually they revitalized him in Halloween 4, which was a hit, in the box office and, to fans, etc. So, but again, in my opinion, guys, I think we do have to start thinking about, in this movie, in Halloween Ends, in the Blumhouse universe, they might actually kill off Michael Myers' character. For the simple fact that it is not 100% certain that they will return and pick up the rights again from Malika Akkad in the future. So, with that being said, again, you guys, I'm just really starting to get chills and starting to get excited, because as much as I love Michael Myers, as much as I love the character, I do think that there's time to get different, and it's time to kill this character. Because my argument is the specimen of Michael Myers. Now, I get it. Evil doesn't die. Evil does not die. But the human flesh form of Michael Myers is 66 years old in this movie. How much more can that vessel take? Can that human vessel that this evil is trapped inside take? Think about it like this, guys, and I'm going to make a Chucky reference. Chucky transforms into the doll, but what happens after so long? He starts to become more and more human, which is why he tries to transfer into a new doll or into a new human. Because him being trapped inside that doll, the more he's trapped inside one doll, just one single doll, he starts to become even more human. And in my opinion, guys, you start to kind of see it a little bit. With Michael Myers, like, don't get me wrong, he's obviously still chugging forward. But, they was able to beat him down pretty good in Halloween Kills. You started to see some of those gunshots that he was taking and stuff like that have an effect on the body. Even though obviously the spirit and the evil in him kept going, you did see that the body. It's not like in Halloween 2 where he's just walking through that glass and nothing affects him. In Halloween 2018, when Laurie shoots him, you see him stumble. When the mob starts to beat up on him, you see him hit the ground and you see him trembling and, fighting for his life. You do see the human vessel, the body of Michael Myers, take punishment, and it's not as if he doesn't feel the punishment. You can see he feels the punishment. Even though he can endure it, he does feel the punishment. So in my opinion, guys, the human vessel of Michael Myers, the vessel, the body, the man, not the evil in him, the man itself, is going to be 66 years old. How much more believable are you going to keep getting if you do keep this character alive and he's killing into his 70s and his 80s? I don't know how much more you can keep getting away with that. So in my humble opinion, I believe, guys, that we're starting to trend in the direction for Halloween Ends, where we will see the end and the demise of the character of Michael Myers, at least in the Blumhouse universe. But that's my take, you guys. Hit the comment section and let me know what you guys think. Do you think this recent Screen Rant interview and article by Jason Blum confirms that we might actually see Michael Myers die in Halloween Ends? Or do you think that, being that this is just the final installment of the Blumhouse trilogy, that they will kind of leave the door open somewhat, just in case that if they will want to pick up the rights later on in the future for Malek Akkad and make another Halloween movie picking up in their storyline with Allison Strode where they left off, if that's where they leave off at the end of Halloween Ends? Hit the comment section. I want to know what you guys think. Alright, gang. Once again, this is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host, Marcus. Please be sure to shoot that like button, subscribe to the channel, so also hit that notification icon to get all of these content updates to the channel. Support is greatly appreciated. Would love to see you guys join my horror family, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. Thank you for watching.